Well, hey guys, Retro Dad. So I'm at my hotel. I decided to stay another night at a hotel instead of driving 2.5, 3 hours to get to Renton. So I'm going to Renton City Retro Expo tomorrow. This is a very nice hotel. No haunted stuff. No next door shenanigans with moaning and groaning, possibly ghosts. Boo. As a collector, it says in another video, in my twilight years of collecting, kind of have a different list. One thing I'm looking for, I brought it with me, is my Vita. I'm looking for a couple of Vita games, looking for Army of Hell, Walking Dead Season 2, Little Deviants, and a box for my Resistance. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that and maybe more after this. If you want more gaming and collecting content, don't forget to subscribe to stay in the know. I finally arrived at Renton. I'm a little early. Nice, beautiful day to game hunt, so I can't wait to go inside and actually look for some games. A year ago, I went to the Renton City Retro Expo. I went again this year. Well, this year things are a little different. One, mandates are gone. No more wearing the mask. Also, it's a 2-day event. I'm only attending the first day though. And you got an early entry if you got like one of the VIP passes, which I did. I'm not attending the VIP party, which is tonight because I had to drive back home. That half an hour early was a lifesaver. I got to kind of relax, and some people are still setting up. I got to look around and actually look at the items that everyone hovering around you. Now, I will admit, I missed some stuff because I went back to certain booths. I can't believe what I missed. There was some interesting stuff at this one. One, they actually had some ROBs. Nobody don't see like ROBs out of the box. There's a couple of different ROBs, and both of them supposedly were fully functioning. So there was video games, but not a whole lot. It was mostly a toy show. That's what I'm going to say. It was mostly a toy show. I got my son some Ninja Turtle stuff, vintage, loose figures. I looked around for a Foot Soldier. I looked around for Bebop. We have Rocksteady. He doesn't have Bebop. I looked around, could not find those. Like I said, it was about toys, and a lot of them in the box are brand new. Speaking of toys, I have a couple Resident Evil figures myself. Every once in a while I look for Resident Evil figures, keep them sealed, put them next to the other ones. They were $75 to $90. They have really gone up. There was sealed stuff, and I'm going to get to the sealed stuff in a minute. As for crowds, it seemed to be busier last year compared to this year. Maybe it'll be busier on Sunday, who knows. Stinky! Somebody's very stinky! This is the first expo in a long time where I attended where people rank a little bit. Most people, they shower, or, they put deodorant on, or they do some kind of de-stinkifying ritual. Some people missed it in this one. Not a whole lot of people, just occasionally it happened. But you get a whiff? Oh boy. So as I went around at the expo, I already started going, uh-oh, there's not a lot here for me, because I didn't have a list. I was listless, but I did have a goal. I looked for certain Vita stuff, some PSP, some Game Boy stuff, maybe an NES box or two, but they were on the bottom list. I'm pretty much done with the NES. I've done that journey. There's still about 3 boxes I need to finish the shelf down over here. There was not a lot of boxes. There was some. There was some high-end NES stuff. Speaking of NES stuff, someone had a Bubble Bobble 2, Mega Man 1. Saw one person have like Mega Man 1 through 6. There was Shatterhand, a DuckTales 2. Really, that was it. Now, there was some higher-end Super Nintendo games. Some stuff I was interested in. Someone had Mega Man X2, Mega Man X3. They're on the bottom of my list because I have the Anniversary Collection and I don't really need to get them physically. On an SNES cart where I could play on that GameCube or PlayStation 2 disc. That Super Nintendo higher-end stuff, someone had an Aero Fighters, one that's always been in the back of my mind. Technically, I have a JAMA board of it, but it does not work with my current configuration for my arcade unit. Mine's set up for WrestleFest, but not for a shooter like Aero Fighters. I had to either get a different arcade unit or get Aero Fighters. They were only taking offers, and I didn't feel like really haggling for a higher end game like that, so I didn't do it. I almost picked up a Saturn for $100, but I told myself I'm not getting another console. Maybe if it had House of the Dead, I'd consider it, because that's a game I do want to get. I have the remake, but I want to get the original House of the Dead. It's always a game I've wanted since I owned 2. I was like, man, when can I get the first one? When can I get the first one? Little did I know it was on the Saturn. Like I said, a lot of toys. Someone had a modded Virtual Boy. They wanted 130. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I decided to pass on that. They were having an arcade portion in the back where you could play arcade one-ups of Mortal Kombat and I think Street Fighter. They're also doing a Tetris tournament. They were doing some Twitch stuff and some streaming stuff. As for prices, they were pretty high. Not all were high, but plenty of them were. I bumped into a Shattered Memories for the PSP, thinking, okay, maybe it'll be loose, because I have it sealed for the Wii, and I have it with the soundtrack, and I just don't want to open it up, so I was hoping to find either a PlayStation 2 version, which was really expensive, or the PSP version. The PSP version, he wanted $180, but it was sealed. Great dude, he had some great stuff. That's where I got some of the Turtle stuff, and a couple other things as well. It was not worth me going this year. I was going to alternatively go game hunting today anyway, in a different approach. I had a decent time at Renton City Retro Expo. It's no one's fault. I'm just not a toy collector. I'm a video game collector that's really towards the end of my shelf life of video game collecting. There's not a whole lot I want. I looked for Vita stuff. Different people have Vita stuff. Some of the RPG stuff I just don't really want to get on the Vita because I'm not going to play those on the Vita. I know a lot of Vita collectors look for them. Plenty of sellers told me Vita stuff goes like this. I looked for a couple of PSP stuff. There was a few Game Boy games here and there. Maybe one or two that were uncommon. Nothing really I was looking for except for one game. I was looking for a couple of VHS tapes. Not this one. I bought this one way before the con. But ones like this. And one seller had them. I was looking around for some other stuff first. I was looking for that Game Player tape. No one had that. Went back to go get them and they were gone. No one had Game Players or Game Pro. A couple of Nintendo Power issues, but that was really it. Last year was better pickings. And actually, I heard other people that were video game collecting, not toy collecting, said the same thing. I thought it'd be more video game vendors. But it was mostly toys, like I said. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't want to attend a toy con. I wanted to attend like a video game swap meet like we do in Portland. There's toys at the video game swap meet, but it's video games mostly. Niche video game stuff is great, but it was toys, toys, toys. I didn't stay the whole time. In fact, I left and went game hunting at other places. So I went to one of my favorite game stores, Double Jump Games, hopefully having some Vita goodness, maybe a couple of games they didn't have at the expo. That store's great, they have a lot of stuff. Did I get anything? I have to wait for the pickup portion. So everywhere around me that had video game stuff, I heard the words, get it graded or get it sealed and then get it graded, or WADA. I've never heard so many talks about WADA without WADA being there. I've seen WADA at the Portland Retro Expo. WADA was not here. But man, people were sitting there going, WADA, 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 WADA. Get it graded, get it graded, get it graded. Video game magazines, people were talking about getting graded. Like someone had a Chrono Trigger guide. He wanted to go get it graded to WADA. And the guy even said, well, WADA will grade anything, even grade shit. That sealed market is so small, guys. And I have a feeling it's going to fizzle in a couple years. I know we said the video game market was going to pop. Even I said it once when GameStop came into the retro picture and it never happened. I do think WADA has taken a hit. Some WADA stuff, not a whole lot, honestly. There was not a whole lot of sealed WADA stuff. Everyone and their mother was talking about getting stuff graded. I remember it was just about video games. It's not really about video games. It's about just money, money, money. So let's talk about pickups. All about toys. Market figure for a couple bucks. Why not? Decoration. Guy was selling this with this full vintage for $60. That'd be kind of cool for the basement, the arcade portion, but for $60, interesting. Normally I didn't think I'd pick something like this up. I had to drop off the car real quick because it was heavy. This is an NES collector case with your NES and games in it. I used to have one that was in the box. I think it was like an off-brand, but this is actually a Nintendo one. Got it for about 20 bucks. I thought it'd be interesting to put it in here, maybe put one of my loose NESs in here. And I picked up a Shy Guy at this event. I tried to go to this claw game with a Great Wolf Lodge with my family. I've been trying to win Shy Guy. I got the Bomb and a Bullet Bill, but I always want a Shy Guy. So I went ahead and just got him, just for decoration. Let's talk about actual video games, right? That's why I do this show, the Retro Dad, So Wrong's Retro Collecting. What about video games? Well, I got a couple cheap ones. I got a WCW, one I've never owned, only wanted $5. So it'll be interesting to try this one out and compare it to the WWF games. One. also got Bubsy 2 for about $5.
I like it.
I got Kablooey, $5. And Cue Ball. I've always wanted to get this one complete. One that is on my list for Sega, but I'll probably end up getting it complete down the line. But I got for $5, so I'm just looking for a case and manual now. But I got Cue Ball. The most expensive game I picked up at the event, Final Fantasy III. Got it for a really good deal. Private seller. I don't think he even had a booth. He was just selling his extras. Got it for $50. This normally goes for $80, I guess. So pretty good deal. I bought 2 last year at the event. Now I got 3. So I guess Renton's all about Final Fantasy with me. Normally I don't pick up the Japanese Game Boy games, but I wanted to try this one. And this one's kind of like a Gradius, I guess, so I'm just going to try them out. Okay, I know this game. It's a cute 'em up, shoot 'em up. Developed by Konami, it was released in 1991, and the actual name of it is Paradis Da. It wasn't released here in the US, but in Japan and also in Europe. In Europe, it's just called Paradis, and it was released in 1992. It's in the same style of Nemesis or Gradius. Some could say it's a parody, just as difficult. Fun game, and it's a shame it wasn't released in the USA. I might be wrong, but I think none of the series was ever released here. For only $5, this is a great buy. I don't know the name of this game. It's a sequel, I think, and it's like a strategy type game. I don't read Japanese, so I doubt if I'll ever play this one. And I went ahead and did it. I always pass by almost every expo. I don't have very many Game Boy games left. I got Pokemon Blue. Couldn't find Yellow. I already have Red. I got Blue. Well, I was looking for Vita stuff. Little Deviants, in particular, one of the first purchases of the day, and now I have it again. Little Deviants for the Vita. That was all I got at Renton. But then I went to Double Jump Games, hoping to find more Vita stuff. I got the God of War collection for the Vita. And I picked up one Super Nintendo game, RoboCop 3. This is it. This is my haul for Renton City Retro Expo. A little bit of Double Jump games in there too. The next event for me is the Portland Retro Expo. I want to say thank you to Renton City Retro Expo for putting on the event. Even though I didn't get a lot of stuff, it was still nice to attend this event. Would I recommend this event to someone? I would. It's a small con. It is handled really well. They're giving away mineral water, which was really nice to see. You can pretty much go up and get a couple of them. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have fun. Go game. See you later. If you like what you watch, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Get to know about what else I'm posting. I do a lot more stuff on TikTok with shorter videos. Please sub, follow, like, comment, and see you later.